guys, let's have a look at Footloose. Now, before we start, I apologise for any ambient noise. The window is open because I'm boiling, but I did turn the fan off for you, so, you know, there's love there. Now, we're looking at Footloose, as I said, but this is not a purist's video, if you like. This is very much an interpretation, almost an arrangement, if you will, because too many people trip up on the second riff, and I just thought I'm just going to rewrite it for you so that you don't have that problem. So yeah, take it with a pinch of salt, but ultimately you're going to have fun playing this. I'm pretty sure you are. So if you fancy some fun and some foot tapping fun, then let's go for it, shall we? Let's just do it. Okay then, let's start with that intro riff. So we're bending straight away. In the intro, I think I'm using one finger, but by all means use two if you need to. It depends on how strong your middle finger is. Although I prefer using one finger, two will stop it getting so tired. I just find sometimes I'm inaccurate doing it that way. But basically we're going to 3rd fret on our E string. If I move this pick up here a second, I am using a pick for this because it's kind of a rock song and I want a nice thrashy sound. I don't want to kill my thumb. But anyway, each their own. You can use your thumb if you prefer. So I'm plucking that E string and bending it straight away. I'm trying not to do it slowly because that's going to really hurt my finger pad. It's going to rip my nail away from my finger and just ow, you know? Ow! No one wants that, so just a quick... And when you practice this, don't do it for too long, I must admit, because that's, again, it's going to hurt. So just try it a couple times. If it doesn't work, move on, okay? But this is what we're doing. We're going bend, and then hit the A string, then back, hit the A string, bend again, hit the A string, and then we're going to hammer on. So we're going to hit the E string, and then hammer onto 3, and then back to the A, and then pull off. Alright, so that's that top line. Let's do that again. So we're going to bend, hit the A string, bend, hit the E, back to the A, hammering on, and then we're pulling off at the end because that makes it quicker. Let's talk about these hammer-ons and pull-offs. So hammer on, we hit the string, and hammer on. Like you're hitting a nail with your finger that has now become a hammer, okay? And then the pull-off, the opposite. So we're starting with the note we're on, hit the string, and pull it off as accurately as you can. When you first start, you'll get this. And that's fine, don't worry. We all start there. You'll get it. It's a fine line of not pulling too much, so just enough so that it pulls off. So all together, let's see if we can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, well done if you just got a few fluffs. It's okay because you're trying, right? You're trying. Let's do that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Super. Alright, and a quick word about the tab. Whenever you have a bend, you know, a nice arrow going up that says a bend, and it says a 1 at it, it means a full bend, which is why this is a little bit of an effort and why I'm telling you not to do it too slowly because that will hurt. Basically, you're bending up a tone. So you want that note to be the same as this one. If you can. Much harder on an acoustic guitar, I fully admit, but that's what you're aiming for. That's better. That was slightly better. But yeah, like I said, you are going to get sore fingers doing this, so don't do it constantly. A nice thing you can do to get your fingers nice and strong is, you know, say you're watching TV or something and maybe you've got an electric guitar, it's not plugged in or something like that. Just sit there hammering on and pulling off. You could even cut the strings, but you're just practicing and you're building up strength in your fingers. Just a nice thing you can do. I used to drive my poor dad nuts doing this, I'm sure. While he was watching TV. But anyway, so that's the top line. So it's not too bad, right? Once we break it down, it's not too bad. I'll do it one more time, then we'll look at my version of the second line. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Second line, this is quite fun, this one. I quite like it. I think of it like a cascade. like a wheel, I suppose. It just keeps turning. That was hard to say. So like a ba 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 ba. So we're going to start with the A string and then lots of pull-offs on that second line. So it's a pull-off-a-thon basically. So A string first, and and then we're on the E string, pull it off. Don't worry too much about a very violent pull off. It doesn't need to be a violent pull off, just a nice gentle one. And then you just keep going. So A string, E string, pull off, A string, E string, pull off. One more time, and then hit the 3, and then 0, and then pull off. And a word about timing on this line in particular, because I think you'll get the top line because you're so used to it, but this second line might throw you. We're talking coffee and we're talking tea. So we're going coffee, 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 tea, tea, coffee. All right, let's do that again. I'll go nice and slow. I'll take a deep breath as well. So coffee, 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 tea, tea, coffee. And by all means, make up anything you need to if that helps you. It could be like Jessica, Jessica, Jessica ate my tea, Jessie. So if you want to make up your own mnemonic, go for it. It might be a nice Jessica, Jessica, Jessica ate my tea. And then a quick pull off at the end. So whatever you want to make up for it, that's fine. But let's do it. Let's see if we can try it together, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll notice that time I'm hammering as well, because it's quicker than having to come up to the E string. I'm just going as opposed to. So again, up to you, but for speed's sake, it's quite a fast song. You're probably going to ultimately prefer to hammer that on and then pull it off. So, okay, I will play that with the hammer-ons again, just to show you what you can do if you want to speed it up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the top line into that second line. Let's do it. So that's the red box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's do that one more time, because it can't hurt. The slower we go, the better as well. So I'll slow it down again. As I always say, feel free to slow down this video as well. Remember, you touch the little cog, playback speed 75. So again, a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. And then as the record goes, you then play that 2 more times, that whole red box, and then you can see the third line is just a repeat of the top line anyway, so it's one more, and then you're straight into been working so hard. And because it's a bit of a rocky song, I sort of go between open chords and power chords. So you can see this is A, but I'm just sort of power chording it up. I'm just being slightly lazy, using almost a bar really. It's like I'm just covering those 3 that I would be doing with 3 fingers, so I concentrate on the bass notes. And then with the D, I'll do the whole thing, but again, I'm concentrating on the bass notes. But more than anything, I've gone into these chords and not up the neck because I want to give my brain a break. It's just had a hell of a time, right? It's just gone, so it deserves a little bit of peace and quiet. And I don't tend to strum this bit, I just sort of go, been working so hard. But what you can do, just to elevate a little bit, is you could go, been working so hard, I'm punching my card. So all I'm doing there is muting it, so I'm just laying my fingers delicately across the neck, just to mute it. So I'm not squeezing. If you squeeze, you get this. Don't squeeze, no squeezing here. And I'm just going down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. So hard, I'm punching my card. So you can see some of those beats I squeeze on and I end up on the chord. So the first one is the down, 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 up, down, 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 up, and then a down, down for the D and the A. Don't want you to overthink this too much because it's optional anyway. It's just a nice little thing you can do in between, a little bit of strumming. You could make it simpler. You could have a down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. There we go. My brain froze. So, been working so hard. I'm punching my card. So that's just a much simpler down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, and then down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, D, A, down, up, down, down, up, down. All right, so that's the verse. On my little pre-chorus, I like to let it hang out. I like to strum the whole thing and go, I got this feeling. Maybe do it one more time. That time's just holding me down. And then that takes me to the next riff. I love this riff. Now, again, purists beware. Not exactly like the record, but close enough. I'll take it. So I call this the stab, stab, pineapple. So we're going to go stab, stab, and then pineapple. So we're going to have a fair amount of pull-offs here. So stab, stab with your A5. Could be like that, that's fine. I just like it this way because then I'm ready for the riff with my middle finger on the 3. So I go stab, stab, hit the A string, hammer onto the E string, pull it straight off, and that's your pineapple, pineapple. And then you're back into coffee after that. So stab, stab, pineapple, coffee, tea, tea, coffee. And that bit will feel familiar because it's like the top line of the riff. So let's do that again. So stab, stab, pineapple, coffee, tea, tea, coffee. And again, nice and slow so I can talk you through hammer-on. So stab, stab, downstrokes. Sorry, hit the A string again. Throw the middle finger down onto the E string, pull it off, play these ones, A, E, throw down the 3 for a hammer-on, and then open A, and then pull off the 3 to the 0. So stab, stab, pineapple, coffee, tea, tea, coffee, stab, stab, pineapple, coffee, tea, tea, coffee. And you can see every now and then I might change it, I might play the string instead. But ultimately hammer-ons and pull-offs are always going to speed you up. And like I said, it's a speedy song, so you might prefer lots of those. Don't worry if you end up with extra notes, because you'll get too into it. You'll be like, I'm pulling it off left, right and centre. If you leave this down, you'll be fine. If you take it off, you won't be, because you'll be hitting all kinds of open notes that you don't want in there. But if you leave it down, you can kind of make a lot of mistakes and it'll still sound cool. So leave it down, top tip. This riff's going to come again, like I said, on the record. The second time it comes later on in the song, it is different. I'm not going to lie, it is different. But this riff is going to help you massively when you get to the chorus, because that stab, stab, pineapple is the rhythm you're going to use. But anyway, so we play that twice, the first time we get the pre-chorus, and then we're back to a D. If you can, try not to use this D. You might revert to default, I know I do, default. But try and get up the neck to 5th fret, because E flat's coming up basically, so you want to, I'll hit the ceiling. Oop. And you can see I've gone into power chord mode as well. So because I'm on it quickly, I feel like I can get away with it, but feel free to use a bar chord if you prefer. Remember that would be the A shape on 5th fret for the D. I'll hit the ceiling, and then shove the whole thing up one more time. Or else I'll tear up this. Okay? When you get to the E, I would say shoot back down to an actual E in open. So let's just do that again. Let's go D. I'll hit the ceiling, shove it up one, same shape. So now you're on 6th fret. Or else I'll tear up this town. And then we're in E, open. I'm not doing my 7 yet, I'm holding back on the 7. I'm just sort of going down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Cheeky 7th, and then maybe just a stab with that one, like a, and then stop it so you go, tonight I got a cut. All right, so let's do the whole of the pre-chorus so that you can get an idea of what I'm doing. So, I got this feeling that time's just holding me down. And again. I'll hit the ceiling, or or else I'll tear up this town. Tonight I gotta cut. Okay, so that's what we're aiming for. As you saw, my fingers were like, oh yeah, that D, but sometimes they do admittedly go to that one. It's absolutely fine if they do, as long as you have E flat memorized as being 6th fret, all right? And a quick chat, because you'll see my fingers do this. I've talked about it before, this is how I play in A shape. If I come back down to 5th fret, you can see it a bit better. That's just my default. I prefer that to than that, you know, I find that quite difficult. If you're like me and you have a ring finger that just likes to rock backwards, then try it this way. And you'll see my fingers, they even double up to give me more pressure, so it can look very bizarre, but it gets the job done. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Okay, so let's see if we can get into the chorus now. I know there's a lot to this song, but I promise you're nearly there in terms of the components, and then we'll put it all together. So the chorus, I'm going to use that stab, stab, pineapple rhythm, and I'm just going to go, tonight I gotta cut loose, footloose, kick off your Sunday shoes. So whenever I'm on the A, I'm doing a stab, stab, pineapple. And when I'm on a D, I just go 1, 2, 3. And again, can you see I'm not going all the way down? I want it to sound punchy, otherwise it'd be kind of too happy. I don't know, it still sounds nice, but I quite like it meaty. Just make sure you don't hit the E string with a D, because that's going to sound like a D2, and we don't want a D2, we want a D. So, back to the A. Tonight I gotta cut loose. And again, foot loose. And 3 of these, kick off your Sunday. And then you're back to A, shoes. Stay there, please. Louise. So 3 in total. Back to the D. Pull me up off my knees. Jack, get back. Come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Everybody cut footloose. Now at this point, at the end of the chorus, that's when you would go back into your... If you hit it better than I do. Might be a nice idea to leave the A down like that, actually. Everybody cut footloose. Because then you can almost do a quick flick onto the A and fill it up a bit more. Otherwise, it will sound a little bit empty if you go, everybody cut footloose. It's alright, but if you don't have a bass and a drummer backing you up, it can sound a bit thin, right? So if we leave that down, let's try that. Everybody cut footloose. Quite like that, right? Sounds kind of fun, kind of tumbly rock, that's what we want. So all that was, like I said before, it's my A, I'm just holding it down like that. And then I'm just, every time I would have hit the A string, I'm just going a little bit deeper. So I'm going strum, essentially. Bend, strum, bend, strum, strum. Just to really ramp up the A. And then you're nearly there, guys, you're nearly there. That's nearly the whole song in terms of riffs and things that you do. So you've just had your everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody cut footloose. So you're just going to go A string, 4th fret, same string, and then the G string, and then as quick as you can, and tips on how to get that quick, because otherwise you're thinking G, D, A, and that can slow you down a little bit. So already you can see I use a different G. I keep this guy down on the note of D, 3rd fret on a B string. It's totally fine to do that, guys. That is still a G chord. Nothing scary going on here, promise. Just, it can feel weird if you're not used to it, but that's where it is. And I will leave it down, take off the little finger, and then just flatten that and get to A. If you do nothing else, try this A. Even if you go, I think you'll prefer that A in terms of the speed, just to help you get it. So let's do that one more time. Okay, so everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody cut, everybody cut footloose. And then get it, don't worry, you will get it. I know it's speedy. Okay, let's go all the way through Footloose. Now, one thing I will say is it's different to be performing this by yourself than when you're with a band. And you might find it a bit boring to be going for 3 times, right? And you also might really hurt your finger. So when I do this on my own, I tend to just do just a little bit. And I think I'll do that version. Like I said, it's 3 times the red box if you're doing it with the record, and then you repeat the top line. But I think I'm probably going to do that once through, and then the top line, and then straight in. Okay? Each to their own though, do it however you want to do it, but just a heads up. Alright, let's do this. Been working so hard, I'm punching my card. 8 hours for what? Oh, tell me what I got. I got this feeling that time's just holding me down. I'll hit the ceiling, or else I'll tear up this town. Tonight I gotta cut loose, footloose. Pick up your Sunday shoes, please, Louise. Pull me up of my knees. Jack, get back. Come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Everybody cut footloose. You're playing so cool, obeying every rule. Dig away down in your heart. You're burning yearning for somebody to tell you that life ain't passing you by. I'm trying to tell you it will if you don't even try. You can fly if you don't cut loose, footloose. Kick up your Sunday shoes. We worry. Shake it for me. Whoa, my lord. Come on, let's go. Lose your blues. Everybody cut footloose. Oh, cut footloose. Oh, cut footloose. Oh, cut footloose. Oh, got to turn you around and put your feet on the ground. Now take a hold of your soul. I'm turning it loose, footloose. Pick up your Sunday shoes, please, Louise. Pull me up off my knees. Jack, get back. Come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Everybody cut footloose, footloose. Pick up your Sunday shoes, please, Louise. Pull me off of my knees. Jack, get back. Come on before we crack. Lose your blues. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut, everybody cut. Everybody cut footloose. I'm laughing at myself, guys. Laughing at myself. Cool, alright, so you could see in that I'm sort of reserving my energy a little bit in the chorus because I want you to see it is just stab, stab, pineapple, stab, stab, pineapple. But when you get into it, you'll start moving a lot and you'll be like... And I'm sort of using that sort of muting method just to stop it ringing constantly, so this is... yeah, this is kind of the rhythm I'm using. So it's like a down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up. If you're curious, doesn't mean you have to do it. You can stick with your nice. But yeah, there's always options with a song, right? So I wanted to show you all angles of things you can do with it. And I know you could hear me strumming in that pre-chorus, so I got this feeling that time's just holding me down. So I'm keeping it simple. It's just like a down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. That kind of thing. And I just like emphasizing the strong beat. So I got this feeling that time's just holding me down. So I'll sort of leave it on the treble and then come back down to the A and the D string to emphasize it. That's pretty much what you're hearing. I did the same thing when I was building up the E, like just to give you those strong beats. Chucked in a cheeky E7 right at the end. You can fly. But I think if you know the record and if you learn these little sections, you'll live with the song a little bit like I have, and you'll start to be like, oh yeah, I like doing it that way. I like, yeah. So take this song and make it your own, okay? I can't stress that enough. I know I say it all the time, but I really mean it, especially with this song, because this is one that people build up too much in their heads and they go, oh no, I could never play Footloose. Yes, you can. So enjoy it. I hope this has been useful, and thank you so much for joining me. See you again soon. Bye-bye.